We got a full call today, and today is June 2nd, and this is Geek Out Fridays. So if I'm your host, Damon Nelson, my partner, Wayne Atkinson, is on the call.
Hi, everyone.
We've got a lot of neat stuff to show you, something that we've been building for almost 12 months. It's kind of been in the background, but I think once you see it and see the roadmap of where we're going with it, you're going to get just as excited as we are. So I am going to start off with, this is the AIMasher beta team launch. Now, I'm going to get in a little bit more into the beta, what it's going to be, how, where we're going with all this. But first, I want to show you a workflow. Originally, yesterday, I was planning on showing you the greatest copywriters in the world, how they can write your blog post for you, or your blog post titles at least. And then something happened with Zimmwriter. Last night he launched, it's whatever the 7.25, I guess, is the new version, and it has the penny arcade. So we're going to talk about using the penny arcade, which is basically you put in URLs, it will go out and summarize it and write it in a really nice blog post format, and then save it in your output folder. So I'm going to show you the workflow of how I've already used it today to create about 50 different articles. So let's get started here. Mac came out, he's been teasing everybody with the penny arcade. I kind of knew in the background what he was doing. He kind of stole some of our thunder too, because we're working on RSS feeds to do the exact same thing. But that's okay, because this is friendly competition, but we are learning so much, and Zimmwriter is replacing a lot of the tools that we use right now for AI writing. Okay. So the workflow, what the penny arcade is you put in URLs, and like I said, it's going to go in, it's going to scrape them, summarize them, and write a blog post. So here's the format that I've already come up with, a workflow that we're going to be using. It's a great way to get some good informational content into your WordPress. Start with the keyword. You're going to use Ahrefs or a similar, you can use SEMrush, Majestic, Moz, any of these paid tools. You could probably use just doing your own surfing on keywords that you know. So what you're looking for is the top 10 or top 20 for a specific keyword. But I'm not going to put in six-pack abs. I'm not going to put in gardening. I'm going to find a low keyword competition. So low keyword difficulty is what it means in Ahrefs. But I do want it to have some CPC, what people would spend on ads for that keyword. And I want it to have some traffic. This is the low-hanging fruit. This is what I'm going after with a low domain authority site as I'm trying to build it up, okay? I'm going to find the top 10 SERPs. I'm going to eliminate listicles and Amazon products. I don't want to do that for this penny arcade. Copy and paste them, turn it on, let it run. It's about an hour long to run. Now, we're not going to sit here and watch it run for an hour. So I went ahead and did a few of them ahead of time. So I'm going to go with Ahrefs. And now, once you get all this content, it's sitting in your Zimmwriter output folder. Our tool is designed to get it out of your Zimmwriter output folder, put featured images, in post images, fix the HTML if you need to, add a video on the bottom, publish it on your WordPress or your Masher site in a category or randomize a category. We can even drip feed it. And there's some other things that we're doing with RSSmasher that you probably have never seen before. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to show you how we do this. Now, earlier today, I'm going to give you a live case study. Okay. I went into, in fact, let's just start with the very beginning here. I am in Ahrefs. I'm in the Keyword Explorer. So I started off with gardening tips. And the reason is I have a demo site, and I say demo site, it's my auto blogging site. I make a few dollars every week on it. It's not a lot. I've got AdSense, I've got some ads down here, but it's a set it and forget it. I use it for demos. So it's kind of nice that it pays us also as a demo site. Okay. So what I'm doing is I am looking for greenhouse tips. I found this earlier. And the way I did it was I went into gardening tips, because that's what my main site's about, gardening tips. And I looked for keyword difficulty under 30. I just turned that on, hit apply. Okay. And then I'm doing top 100. Now this kind of gives you a little bit of a map here. Yep. Okay. Now, this is the one I found. It has a high CPC, $7. It has a volume of 30. I kind of like it to be over 100 or 150. This is the search volume in the US for this particular term on a monthly basis. This is global value. So there's 40 total in English for greenhouse gardening tips. This is the traffic potential that you'll get. So it indicates that there may be multiple people visiting this. Okay. But I found other words around it. How to start a greenhouse business, convenient porch to greenhouse. It's $4 CPC, low volume here. But here's how a greenhouse works. This is perfect. I've got a little bit of traffic coming in, and here's my CPC. Now I can drop down here. Here's 3,300 for great big greenhouse. I think this was a TV show or a documentary or something on Discovery Channel. How does greenhouses work? You can kind of see, so how does a greenhouse work? That's a very specific term. So this was the first one I did. I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and just grab that. But I'm going to come down here, and this is a good one. How does a greenhouse work? This is an informational content. This is where people start their search online. Husband and wife are talking over the weekend. They say, it sure would be nice to have a greenhouse and we can have fresh vegetables. So the first question is, how does a greenhouse work? I don't know. How do you build a greenhouse? So these are the very first start. I want to be here because I want to lead them down the buyer journey. I want to give them information about how to build it and give them places that they can find it online, such as an Amazon, greenhouse kits. They're actually shipping greenhouse kits. I found out today. So let's look at this one. How does a greenhouse work? So I'm just going to click on it. Here's some other terms. So I kind of look through here. How does a greenhouse work in winter? How does it work? There's 52 words here. Here's some questions that you might want to consider. Also ranks, and also talk about. These are things that you might want to put into the article, okay? And what I did was I grabbed all these. Now I'm just going to look quickly. I'm looking for, here's a WikiHow, here's a YouTube. I'm going to take that one out. I don't need that one. Let's see, Climapod. Okay. These all look pretty good. In fact, there's a .gov in there, but it's the greenhouse effect. So I'm going to take that one out too. But I'm still going to just do the easy copy method. So I'm going to Control-C it, and then I'm going to bring over Zimmwriter so you can see what I'm doing. Go to Penny Arcade. I'm going to paste it in, and I'm going to take out that NASA and the YouTube. Okay, so I've got about 8, and it's all around how does a greenhouse work, low keyword difficulty, high CPC, and some good traffic. Okay, voice. I put it at automatic, but I've tried this. Sometimes second person works really great, and sometimes it's more, I guess, less information and more story. So I'm just going to leave it on automatic, let Zimmwriter figure it out. Enable list. I'm going to skip tables just out of my preference. Use literary devices, key takeaways, absolutely. You want a summary on there. I am going to put facts in here, okay? I just want short answers. Now, I'm building this content so that I can use this content to point up to a pillar post or a money site internally, okay? So these are the feet of a structure, the feet of a table. And the table top is going to be my pillar post, okay? Audience personality, explore. You got your choices in here. Caregiver might be a good one, but I'm just going to go with explore. I like this, use auto style. Yeah, I don't know a lot about the gardening podcast bloggers. So I'm going to use automatic keyword, and I'm going to disable the conclusion. This is your call on this.
They can't see that screen.
Oh, guys, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? Okay. Let's start over here. Okay, I put the URLs in, took out the ones I didn't need. I've got the voice. I'm going to leave it on automatic. Check these two boxes, skip tables. The way it does tables, it's kind of very rudimentary. I don't really care for it. Key takeaways, absolutely. Fact, short answers, audience personality, and check all these boxes. Now I'm ready to go. I hit start. Okay. I'll drag this box so you can see it. I confirm I want to proceed. Okay. When you click this, it's 8 articles and estimate 5 minutes to 10 minutes each. It's going to go out and scrape them, summarize, and then write the article. So I would just click confirm. I'll let it build it in the background. Here's the message. Say okay. And I've got the timers on my other screen. So basically that's all you do to start this, okay? Really nice, easy way to do it, okay? Now, let me show you what type of results we're getting. And on a remote server, okay, so this was greenhouse gardening tips. Was my first one that I ran through. So it's going to give me a message saying, hey, we're done. We created 9 of your articles for you. I want to say, okay. And they're now sitting in my output folder. Okay. So here's one. Let's go down, and I guess they start right about here. Greenhouse Gardening 101, 101 tips for success, expert tips. Okay. So we're going to open this up. And these are feedback notes for us. Here's the URL that it pulled from. Here's the main model. Here's the OpenAI status, settings used, a Midjourney. So it's going to suggest a Midjourney prompt. Very important to save it if you're going to use Midjourney. You can tweak it, change kind of the wording of it. Here's your meta description. It's important. If I took this article as it is and go straight into WordPress, using Midjourney, putting the meta description, I could probably get a good image, get some add-on images. It's going to take about a 20-minute to 45-minute round trip for me. Okay, I'm kind of slow. I get distracted a lot, but that's a pretty good title right there. I doubt there's going to be 101 tips, but I think it's the basics, tips for success. Okay, here's the key takeaways, and this is in a markdown language. Getting started, essential equipment. Okay, there's my, looks like a table there. Frequently asked questions. Okay, so we got that, and what I need to do is I need to copy all these over. Let's see if I can do that. Copy them into my main folder right here on my own PC. Okay, so I moved it over to my own PC, and now I can just kind of close this out real quick. Okay, so we got the articles. Now this was from earlier, and this is greenhouse gardening tips. I went in and I set me up a category called greenhouse tips because I know I want to start putting articles into this section. If I type on it, category, nothing's found in that category. Okay. I've got AdSense everywhere on this. Sometimes AdSense is very distracting for the viewer. Okay, now I want to bring up AIMasher. Okay, y'all are seeing this for the very first time. This is our tool. If you have RSSmasher, you've got AI Indexer, Booster Pages, we kind of keep the same formatting going along here. Is most important going down to least important. These are the things that you're going to use a lot. Now, this one is working. These are under development because it is beta. And I can just kind of show you what we're planning here. We're going to do keyword campaigns, and we're doing a bulk article writer. Drop in a keyword or a cluster of keywords like you get from Neuron Writer or Surfer, and we'll build articles. Now, will they be as good as Zimmwriter? I don't think they'll be that good because he's had about a 12-month lead on us. But we're catching up fast. We're learning. But that's not the intent. Our intent right here is to replace Article Forge. This is what this does. That's our main goal with AIMasher, is to have a bulk uploader and replace Article Forge. Okay. We have 12 accounts and we're with Article Forge. The most recent update they had really did a number on it. The results are less readable. They're just kind of boring, and they don't pass AI detection, but I don't really care about that. But when they don't pass AI detection, what that tells me is they're boring articles. Okay, so that's what the content engine is going to be, and we're working on it right now. Okay, the other thing that we're going to have is the blog amplifier. Is Google loves to see helpful content and listicles. People love lists. So we are going to be building an AI listicle maker and an AI helpful content maker based on the topics that you put in here. The other thing is we're going to do a frequently asked questions generator. So you can build these. They could be standalone posts, or you can add them to the bottom of your content engine or your article publishing, or you can press them over to RSSmasher. RSSmasher is going to be seamlessly integrated in with this. So if you have a license to RSSmasher, there's going to be a lot of really neat things that you can do with these articles that you generate over here. Okay. So that's the three main things, but here's what you came to see today. RSSmasher campaigns, I'm going to skip this for right now. We're going to visit this in just a few minutes, but we have my articles. As we import them in, you will see them in here. The group, this is just your file folder, so you know which domain it's going into. This is the title. If you set it up with an RSSmasher campaign, you can, when you add it to that RSSmasher campaign, it will immediately zap over to RSSmasher ready to be used, okay? And all you have to do is just tag it, okay? Now, as we post it, it's going to put the last posted link in there. So you can put it in multiple sites. Here's your status. And if we send it to RSSmasher, it's just going to say posted via RSSmasher. When it's completed, it will say, first it will say sent to RSSmasher. When it's completed and it's posted on your WordPress or your Masher site, RSSmasher is going to call AIMasher and say, hey, we're done. Here's the link. So we're going to repost it back in here for you so you can keep track of it, okay? Let's see. And then we just have some notes here posted on date, okay? So that's part of the power. For some reason, okay, there we go. I'm on a smaller screen, just not used to the smaller screen. Okay, now here is how we bulk upload. I'm going to put in, we have different templates, and you can create these templates yourself. We've got some basic ones in here, but we've kind of got them set up for Zimmwriter. Zimmwriter bulk blog post. And I haven't tried it with the Penny Arcade yet. So hopefully it all works with the Penny Arcade. Now, where is this going? It is going into my DIY gardening group. Gardening tips, and I don't even have that in there. So I'm going to add it, DIY gardening tips. This is just to keep me organized, and I know what folder it's going to or what site it's going to. So I'm going to choose it. Okay, I'm going to remove the title. We don't delete it, but we put the title in a special place called title. Okay. If you leave it in with the content, it's going to be in its special place called title, but it's also going to be at the top of your blog content. So I recommend just remove it unless you want to see it twice. Okay. Multiple articles and files. Now, Zimmwriter comes over, it's one article, one file. But we have other AI tools that we use, and they will put 3 or 4 articles in one file. So this is when you would use that. Enhance articles during import. I'm going to do that on the bulk, but for right now, I'm just going to do a couple of articles just so you can see how it's working. Okay. And I'm going to hit browse, go over to my notes, go over to my Zimmwriter output. Okay. I'm going to unleash the power of greenhouses, a guide to growing plants anytime. I'm going to bring that over and this one over. All I did was select them, open them, and import. Okay, so I've got 2 articles imported in. Let's go see them. And there they are. Now, if I had forgot to assign a group, I can do it down below. I would just check, come down here to the bottom, add to a group. If you want to add it, if you want to transfer it over to RSSmasher, this is where you would do it right here. So you would have to set up a campaign, and RSSmasher is going to catch that campaign. Okay. So I'm not going to add it to a campaign. I want to send it directly from AIMasher. Okay. So here is the first article, DIY gardening tips. I'm going to check it. I'm going to come down here and click edit. Okay. So I told you that we strip out that information coming in. So you have all the notes ready for you to look at, okay? The settings, the mid-journey prompt, the meta description, even the URL that it pulled from, okay? That's great. Here is the article, okay? Now, summary, this is probably it's an H2, there's your bullet points in there. And if you'll notice, I've got Grammarly turned on, so I've got things that I can kind of fix coming down here in personal, detail oriented. I'm going to take that off. It didn't make sense. Dismiss. Let's see. Half door.
They didn't notice that it also converted to HTML from Meta.
Yes, that markdown just got converted into HTML. And if you want to see what it looks like, full HTML. You have a full editor. You can add images, you can add videos, you can add a table, you can add links, you can do everything that you would inside of a regular HTML editor. Okay. Now, in addition, I'll go ahead and rewrite this. Now you can, if you got Grammarly Pro, you can highlight it, and I think there's even Grammarly, there's Grammarly Go. I want to improve that sentence. Okay, so it just key features include. Okay, I'm going to insert that in there, and it just changed it. Now coming down here, let's fix this one. I'm going to fix that one. After every use. Sometimes when we get things from Zimmwriter, they're just not perfectly grammar and spell checked and everything, and especially if they're pulling them from a SERP listing. Let's prevent the spreading of diseases and pests. Okay, that makes sense. Lightweight makes sense. And getting down here to the bottom, airflow. Okay. So I just fixed the grammar on it. And now let's come down here. Now, media packs. I have built some media packs for these particular sites, but we also have shared media. We have 191 shared media packs. They range from beekeeping to dog training to SEO. I mean, there's all types of them in here, and you can kind of look aquariums, Red Bull, CBD, celebrity gossip. In the media packs, we have images and we have videos. Usually there's 100 or so images or more, and there's usually at least 30 to 60 videos that are related to chiropractor or classic cars. But you can build your own media pack, and I'm going to show you shortly how to do that. So I'm going to use my media. I set one up for greenhouse gardening tips. Okay. I'm going to add a featured image. Come up here. Greenhouse gardening for dummies. That's okay, but I think I can do better. So I'll just add another one. And take that one out. Ooh, I like that one. So I highlight it and hit delete. Space there. Okay. Now I want to insert some extra images in there. So we just put some extra images in the content. This helps the readability of your article itself. Okay. Now, these extra images have EXIF data that we've tagged with keyword data. So you actually are getting an SEO effect by adding these additional images in there. Okay. There's some more images. And what if I want to put a video down at the bottom? Well, it's coming from my media pack. So I specifically found videos related to greenhouse gardening tips. So I'll just add that video. Small greenhouse tour, tours and tips. Okay, that sounds good. And now it's pretty much ready to go. I've got it in the right gardening tips. I'm not going to send it to RSSmasher, so I'll just hit update. Hit finish. Now, I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to come down here and post it. DIY gardening tips. Okay. Do I want to go to a random category? No. Let's go to greenhouse tips. I want to do it right now. Now I can drip feed it in there. So if I have a whole list of them, I could go like every 5 minutes or every hour on the hour, it would post 3 hours. Now what we do is we send it over, but we put a scheduled hosting date on it. Okay. So they're all sitting in your WordPress whenever after we send them and they've been sent over. So I'm going to send them all right now.
Can I just interject there? If we changed it, because we now schedule them from AIMasher. So if you've got 10 that you want to post, you get your prompt back straight away, and the system will just post them every 5 minutes for you.
Okay, so it's not sending all 10 and then putting in a scheduled date. Okay,
no.
That's even better because now we get the real URL.
You get the real date and it's live, and we get the proper URL back as well. Yeah.
Okay. And
it used to do it like that, but
you could send them all draft if you want, and then edit them later and then put them into publish. But our tools are designed for constant posting automatically. Okay. We can always fix it after it's published, but if it goes into draft, I've just added 2 more steps. I've got to go into the WordPress. I got to find the article, actually 3 steps, and then I've got to publish. Okay, so I don't want 3 extra steps. I'm just going to go ahead and publish it, post it. Okay, article set to post. It's about 10 seconds or 20 seconds over there. Set to post. I bet if I hit refresh it. So let's go ahead and work on this one here. Now I'm going to come down here, click edit. There's all the takeaways that we've taken off of it. And okay, and just kind of as I click in here, Grammarly will start working. There's less errors on this one. And in my research today, I learned so much about greenhouses. There's hydroponic greenhouses, there's indoor hydroponics, there's aeroponics. Probably a little too much information for me, but that's fine. Okay, so I fixed the grammar. I'm going to use my media kit again, greenhouse gardening, add a featured image. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Looks like tomato plants. Insert extra images. I'm just going to kind of briefly look at them. I can do this inside of WordPress just as well, but these are good images. They're 1280 by 720 is what I've uploaded them as. And your WordPress, when you push them over, they're going to fit them in inside your blog post, okay? So I'm not really worried about sizing in here. Using gardening hacks, okay. That sounds good, but maybe I can do better. Add a video. Greenhouses, yeah, I can do definitely better on that one. Okay, got it highlighted. I'm just going to hit delete. Okay, we're good to go. Update, finish, and that one's already posted. So this is going to go to WordPress, DIY gardening, greenhouse tips, and post now. Okay, so let's go take a look at what it looks like. Okay, that image, I may probably want to change that featured image. Oh, this looks good. I've got some ads in here. In fact, our ad display network. This looks really, really nice. Okay, frequently asked questions. And this is just the font style I have with this WordPress. That's why it's kind of, I guess, comical. And then there's the video right there. Okay. So you saw how I did one. It took about five minutes while I'm showing you. And let's just see if that other one posted. Okay. So that's the manual method. Give me some feedback. Do you like this manual method? Is this something that you feel like that you can do? Because that's the important part for us. Is when I saw what Wayne had done with the pop a featured image in, the in post images, the video, fix it with Grammarly and kick it out, I thought, man, that's really good. And he goes, well, what if we could just do it all at once? Anybody want to see that? Yeah, I got a lot of yeses coming in right now. I like teasing you here, guys. Okay, import articles. By testing it, I know that the template worked. So that's the template. I want to make sure it's the right one. Zimmwriter bulk blog post. Okay. Group articles together, DIY gardening tips, and remove title. Make sure that's checked. Enhance articles during import. Okay. So I'm going to give it the greenhouse gardening tips. I want to add a featured, add extra, add a video. Select the files. Now, it looks like I got some coming in from the other one, the other campaign I'm running. So we did master, and I think this was the growing. So we've done those two. So I'm going to select these and come down to here. So I've got probably 6 or 7 in here. Click open, import. Okay. So we imported them and we enhanced them at the same time. Come over here to article publisher, articles. And just to make sure that they work correctly, I'm going to highlight one and come down here and hit edit. Okay. There we go. Featured image. Tomatoes, all types of greenhouse stuff. Okay. Now, some people might be asking, well, why don't you do Mid-Journey? Guys, Mid-Journey takes a long time to do. Well, I'd say a long time. It does a pretty decent image, but you may have to go through 3 or 4 iterations. And then you're going to have to save it, post it, copy it over, and paste it in. Okay. You can certainly do that. We have now made placeholders for you inside of WordPress for these images. So you can come in and just replace the image inside of WordPress. We designed this intentionally, knowing that down the road, 3 months, 6 months, Mid-Journey is going to have an API, and we will add the API into our system once we get everything working. Now, you may have to pay for your own version of the API, but at this point in time, it is a manual process to get Mid-Journey images. Can you use other ones? Absolutely. You can use Go Charlie. You can use Jasper's deal. But the quality is just not there. Okay. Now, I noticed kind of in the middle here of a bullet point. So we may have to fix that part where it doesn't break bullet points. Right there. There we go. And I can fix grammar. Now, if you bring it over bulk without checking them, it's not going to auto fix your grammar at this point in time. Here's a table right here. That looks pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to click finish. Now, ours is speed to market is what we focus on. Okay. How fast can we get these published? Not everyone's going to be perfect. So if you're expecting it to be perfect, the right images, the right video every single time it posts, and it's not going to do that. But out of the 20 that we posted over, there's probably 18 or 19 that you don't even have to touch again. But there may be a couple that you want to tweak a little bit. But you're posting content compared to your competitors who are not posting content is what helps you get these sites ranked. Okay. These are all feet to the table. These are all legs to the table. They're all going to be pointing at some point in time up to our pillar posts or up to our money sites. Okay. That's what they're there for. And to get in on the SERPs. Okay. So I've got them all checked. I'm going to come down here to WordPress, DIY gardening tips, category. They're going to go into greenhouse tips. And I'm going to space them out every 5 minutes. Okay. And I'll just hit post. Okay. So you can keep on going. When you see this article set to post, you can keep on going and you'll see the information here. Now, as they come across, you'll start seeing the posted links coming across. Okay. And that's all there is to automating. Now, can you do more? Well, absolutely. I'm going to import articles and I'm going to do something different. I am going to import articles and they are a Zimmwriter blog post. They are going to go to a Masher site, which is Virtual Office Tips. I did this earlier today. I remove the title and I'm going to go ahead and insert media. I made a media pack with it, put a featured, extras, and a video. Come in here and now I need to find the ones that, okay, there they are. Virtual offices, reduce cost, boost productivity. And let's see. Okay, so there are 10, looks like 10 office tips, office setup tips that I did earlier this morning. I'm just going to hit open and import. This is a 5-minute plan right here, guys. Okay, they're all enhanced. I got 11 articles out of it. We're good to go. Come to article publisher, my articles. Okay, and I'm going to select them. Let's check one first. Want to make sure it's good. Come down here, click edit. Okay, nice articles. Virtual office setup. Title is create a productive virtual office in 8 simple steps. Key takeaways. Here's the basics. Got some nice kind of remote offices setting up your virtual office. We're right in the middle of the bullets, so that's fine. This looks really nice. How to set up a virtual office, good video to go with it, and I'm done. If you'll notice, we stripped all this out and we're saving it. We're not using it yet, but at some point in time, we'll be able to pull these back up and send them to Midjourney for you. Okay, so I'm happy with what those look like. So I'm going to go boom, boom, select every one of them for virtual office tips. Okay, now I've got kind of generic categories with that intentionally because speed of posting is what I'm after right now. This has no post in it whatsoever. This is a Masher site. So you're getting to see what a blank Masher site looks like. Okay. Now, go back into AIMasher. I've tagged them all. They're already in that one group. So I'm going to go to Masher sites, virtual office tips. I'm going to go random category. And we post immediately in Masher sites.
We can schedule. We will be able to schedule it. It's
Yeah,
just
we're going to have the schedule.
Yeah.
But this is probably going to come out next week. Okay. So right now they're going to go all over. Okay. So it's going to take about 5-10 minutes, but I'm hoping in about 5-10 minutes, we'll come back over here and you'll see what just happened. Now I'll kind of go over the workflow so you can kind of follow along with me. This morning when I got in, I noticed that Matt gave us a new toy to play with, this penny arcade. I did a little Ahrefs, did a little SERP finding, keyword finding. I found my SERPs, my top 10. I dropped them into the bulk writer, let it work. It did it about 45 minutes and I haven't touched them. Then I went back and just in front of you, I grabbed them all, I enhanced them, and now I'm pushing them into this site. The site is blank. So in 5 minutes, I'm going to have 10 articles in here. Well, it may take more than 5 minutes, but you'll be able to see it live, this site being populated. Okay. Any questions to this point?
Yeah, I think they're getting close to wanting to see how we make media packs.
Good idea. Okay.
Can we make our own media packs? Is it easy?
Very easy. In fact, let's make media packs as we're doing this. And I'm going to bring over something that probably everyone has on their computer. And that is Canva. Now, if you've never seen this trick, it's very easy. This is an easy trick for you, okay? We're in Canva. There's my greenhouse gardening tips you just saw down there. But let's start off with a brand new one. I'm going to do a YouTube thumbnail, 1280 by 720. Okay. Now, go over here. I'll make these a little bit smaller so you can see multiple. Go over here to Elements. Come down here to Grid. Okay. Now, whenever I drop an image in here, it's going to go full size to that grid. So I'm going to copy a few of these. I'm just going to keep on duplicating this blank grid setup. Now, earlier, I also did one on parenting. I've got a domain I bought off of GoDaddy. No, I actually got it out off of NameSnagger. It's called Ask the Guide. So let's take a look and see what it looks like. AskTheGuide.com. Okay. Hey, this is a blank website too. Y'all are seeing from scratch what this does. Okay. So I'm back over here and I'm going to call this parenting. And I'm making my own. I know we have something about relationships and parenting in the shared packs. Parenting media pack. Okay. And just for time, I'm going to make about 40 here. Okay, there's 41. Come back up here, come over here to photos, and I'm going to type parenting tips. Okay. And I'm going to start pulling them over. Now I have Canva Pro. That's why you see the little Pro there. You get better quality images. I'll make it small. And I've got some stock images in here, and this is fine because we're just putting engaging content into the blog post. You could change it out at any time. I don't like the infographics, so there's one. Always want to show families helping each other. There's a steak in there.
Proper way to feed your children. Sorry to all those veggies out there.
And as I'm looking through this senior care would be another one that that would be a really good one to put in that website. And you can always vary it up. I mean, if you want more of these infographics, you can do that. I just like happy pictures in here of families. And see, if you don't have that grid in there, you have to expand it yourself. Okay. So that the grid just makes it so much easier to fit images in. And a question came up is, do we pull them sequentially or random? Wayne, you could probably better answer that.
It's random.
Okay. Okay, I think we're about done. I'm going to come over here and say share, download. I'm going to put them in JPEG, makes it a little bit easier, and hit download. Okay, I mentioned earlier that we did exit information, so you need some keywords in there. And it really doesn't, you don't have to be precise here. You don't have to, have the perfect set of keywords, using Ahrefs or anything like that. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to just hit extract, put it in the downloads, and we're done. We've got some really high quality images, and I'm ready to pull them out of here. Okay, so let's go back over here to AIMasher. Go into my media mixer. Now, we do intend on putting an API for Midjourney, or maybe there's something different in 3 months. That's even better. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a keyword group. This is all this does is it goes in as EXIF information on the photos, gives you a little bit of SEO juice with it. Okay, so parenting tips, and I'm going to copy that because I'm going to just cheat a little bit here. Hit update. Okay, we're going to use Bing parenting tips, and we have 2 levels of Bing. I'm going to update it. So we just parsed that level from Bing, and we got 55 keywords right there. Okay, very easy to do. Keywords everywhere. We'll come over here, and this is really how you should be doing it, and not worry about Ahrefs or keyword group or anything like that. So I'm going to come into the very bottom. I'm looking for keywords everywhere. And since they've done this continuous run on, it's sometimes difficult to. There. Okay, there it is right there. I'm going to hit copy. This is a free plugin called Keywords Everywhere. I'm going to copy it and then come back over here to AIMasher, and I'm going to paste it in there. Okay. Now, it's got quotes around it. It's even got the keyword up there, but we've got it set up to parse it. Okay. We parsed it, and now we update. Okay. So we've got 75 keywords. That's enough. I'm going to hit finish. And now back in the media mixer, I'm going to do media packs. Okay. And I'm going to click parenting tips. Okay. Now we're asking for the keyword group. Well, we just made it, so it should be maybe down here at the bottom, or it's alphabetical. So we have a whole bunch in here you can use. Parenting tips. We even already had one in there, but I'm just going to use that one we just made. Hit update. Okay. Now I'm going to upload what we just brought in on images, what we just made in the Canva. Come up here to downloads. Parenting media pack. I'm going to highlight that very first one, hold shift and highlight that last one, and go open, and then upload. Now go ahead.
Yeah, go on. What it's doing there is it's uploading each one, and it's taking the keyword group that you've just added, picking random keywords from it and putting them inside the image. It's then uploading them to a space that we've reserved for you on Amazon to give us a nice link. And then it's updating the grid at the bottom.
And I don't know if I can get to the exit information from here, can I?
You have to download the image to read.
Okay. Okay. So we've got 41. Okay. Now, if you don't want to use Canva, here's my other way that I like you. I'm going to search by keyword. Okay. So I'm going to do parenting tips. Now, I have put in here my Google API and my Pixabay API. Okay. And parenting tips. So I've got that one, and I named it Damon's Google Custom Search. Okay. Now I'm going to go for large. These are CC-free images. I'm going to hit search. Okay. And here's some infographics I may want. Take that one off. There's tips. Here's an infograph. There's another infographic. That one doesn't look very well. 7 tips. Okay. So I've got some infographics that I'm going to just mix in. Okay. And again, these might show up as a featured image, but this is where it's better to have the speed and consistency of posting and fix that one post out of 20 or out of 100 after you've already posted them up. Okay. So speed of posting is what I'm going after here with some good information. Okay. So I'm going to add those images to the media pack.
And again, we're doing the same. We're pulling them down. We're doing the EXIF, and then we're uploading them to our kit.
Now, I'm going to try a different size. Usually, you can get a different set of images just by changing sizes. Okay, that one looked like that was there. Now, I'm going to turn this one off. I don't want to bring in a blank image. Best parenting tips for raising a toddler. Take that off. I do like the infographics, kind of like this. Okay.
And we had a good question about, so when we've done this to create the image packs, and then we upload them to your WordPress, do they stay on the Amazon link that we've created? No, we upload the images direct to your site so that the images are permanent on your website.
Yep. Now, we've got enough images. We've probably got 54 images. If you want more, just keep on doing this, and you can keep changing it. You could say parenting for toddlers and hit search. And so you get a different group of pictures. Now, let's go over to videos. I'm going to use this. You can set up an API search, but this is the easier way right here. And again,
the middle one's the daddy. We may remove the first one because it's nowhere near as good as the second one.
Yeah, this is, you still have to have your Google API, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but we've got hundreds of thousands of proxies sitting behind this so that we can scrape YouTube for you.
Now, if you want to put in your own YouTube links, you would click that, and then you could start dropping in your own links, okay? So very easy to do. Use a YouTube scraper if you want to scrape playlists or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly look through here looking for weird characters, okay? And that's a weird character. I don't want that one.
And it also uses AI to detect whether these are in the English language. So it's very rare that one gets dropped in that's not.
And I'm going to change that word. I'm going to do parenting advice. So play around with the words that you want to put in there. Again, I'm just looking for ones that have weird characters like this. And that looks pretty good. I'll take that one out. Add videos to pack. Okay, so we got about 40 videos and about 54 or so images in there. Okay, and I'm done. Okay, now if you remember, ask the guide parenting. It is completely empty, blank, ready to go. And now I'm going to come over here to Article Forge. And again, this is a Masher site. So I'm going to come over here to Article Publisher, import articles. It is Zimmwriter, and it is going to go into Ask the Guide. I'm going to remove the title, enhance articles during import. I'm going to use parenting tips. I could have used shared media if I wanted to, but I'm going to do featured extra video. Now I need to go grab my articles. So I'm going to come back over here to Zimmwriter output and get underneath the hobbies and greenhouse. I think it's on the remote server. So I'm just going to switch over to the remote server real quick. Okay, there we go. So there's my parenting. And I did this morning, as you can see. It's a little bit earlier in the morning. I was up, did this, And I'll just stop right here. Okay. Now, I say I did that. I actually, on this one, I actually used the greatest copywriters in the world. So I didn't use URLs on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of the. Let's just do the first maybe 10. Okay. So I'm going to copy those. Come back over here. I'm going to paste them into my PC's output. Now, being on a remote server, I could have actually taken them and started AIMasher in the remote server. Okay, so I've added them in here. They're all sitting in my open. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit open. We hit import. Okay, they're all enhanced, ready to go. Ask the guide. They're all about parenting. Okay, come down here. Go to Masher sites, ask the guide what category. I'm going to put them in parenting and hit post. Article set to post. Okay. So earlier, this was last night, I used my 6 greatest copywriters in the world method, and I came up with like 30 titles. I ran the titles through the bulk blog writer, and I came up with 30 articles, and it did it overnight for me. Okay, so let's take a look at what was the virtual office tips. Now it's cooking these, setting them to post, and we should start seeing them and Ask the Guide just shortly. Okay, so we have that. Let's see. Ooh, look at this. Okay, we've already got content coming across on this. Oh, this is great. So you've seen, kind of amazing is I did this morning, is I got on his Penny Arcade, I made 10 or 20 different virtual office tips, and got the SERPS, ran it through the bulk blog builder, and we posted them now through AIMasher. And they look really good. And we're building a site. Now, somebody asks, are these going to rank immediately? And no, I doubt they're going to rank immediately, but we're pulling from the top SERPs, rewriting the content, and then putting it into our own content with images and everything else. Now, what we have also is we have the ability to do booster pages, AI indexer, and all the backlinking tools, even using some of the Yive tools if we wanted. But we do need some other external links coming into it to help it push it up the ranking. But this is a very good start. I've got probably by the end of the day, I'll have 200 articles sitting in this virtual office tips. And then I'm going to put a couple of pillar posts in here. And then I'm going to go in and start cross-linking them. Or better yet, my VA will start cross-linking them. I'm using, we're going to build in Masher sites a tool that is like Link Whisper. Inside WordPress, I use a tool called Link Whisper. And it's the best tool I've ever seen for cross-linking internally. Okay. So there's virtual office tips. Let's see if we started building some parenting.
See, the trick to this really as well is to automate it all, to get the booster pages, the AI indexer, money hooks, anchor text. You just send them across to RSSmasher.
And the beauty is, y'all seen, you've seen me create these literally on this call. So this greenhouse gardening 101 tips for winter vegetables. I think I need it. It's something wrong with this WordPress. It's not picking up the featured image in that block. I think I have it set to that one image. Okay. So it's a WordPress issue, not our issue. Okay, this looks really good. So I've got about 10 new articles coming in on greenhouse tips. And my little secret weapon is I spent a little bit of money, or Wayne and I spent a little bit of money on the Surfer AI. And guys, it does a really good job. I mean, yes, it's expensive. Is it better than Zimmwriter? Yes. The readability is there. It's very well researched. It scores really high on Surfer. It's not for everybody though. But we're using those to create pillar posts to point these articles. We'll have linking text links in here pointing to that pillar post. So we're pulling some of the strength of these other articles coming across. Anyway, let's go back over here to virtual office tips. I'm always impressed. Now, as people start clicking on them, you'll start seeing them come in here, but I'll have different categories coming in here. But this is pretty neat because it is bringing them in. This is actually what we call a news board, and virtual office tips is a news
blog.
So this is more like a news style setup, and the other one is more of a news board where it's just the popular articles. Okay. Now let's go back for the fun stuff. Here is any questions at this point? How much? When can we buy it? Okay. AIMasher is, we plan on, before I go one step further, we plan on a fall 2023 launch. Okay. Some of our tools on beta, they've stretched out a little bit longer because we needed other things to happen. AI Indexer, we still haven't gone public with it because we needed this to build some of the algorithms for our AI Indexer. The beta, the booster pages, we needed some of the other tools so sometimes our betas are delayed, sometimes you get them early. But as part of the beta team, you're going to get the public launch, the highest version we're going to sell as an agency, which we anticipate is going to be about $97 a month. But you don't get all the tools right now. The only thing we have is just what I showed you. Okay. So AIMasher, it's got the article publisher system. This is the SaaS app, bulk upload. You just saw how we just built 3 sites in front of you. What else will AIMasher do when it's launched? We're going to have the content engine. This tool will allow you to insert a keyword or a cluster of keywords to generate AI articles in various formats ready for auto posting to your website. This is the automated AI mash part. Okay.
The first stage of that we've built the keyword bit.
Yeah. Now we are going to our ultimate goal. Wayne and I we sat down on Zoom about 3 years ago when we first started this. Ideally, you should be able on the phone. We had this goal to put in a keyword and to build a website with it. Now that keyword has to go out and get all the NLP clusters and everything else and write really good content and then post it into a site automatically with pictures, images, videos, rich text format, and everything. We couldn't do it 3 years ago. We are very close to doing it right now, though. This is to replace Article Forge. Is it the same quality, like I said earlier, as Zimmwriter? In some cases, it may be. Zimmwriter, they do such a good job. I don't know if we'll be at the same quality, but you need both of them. Okay.
We're going to do other things that doesn't do.
Yeah.
Which this tool will grow, and it won't not. Let's say you get it now, and then you're not going to see anything till the fall. Now you lot are going to see this grow. Probably every 2 weeks there'll be an update.
Yep. Okay, that's the first part, or that's the second part of the software. The third is the blog amplifier. This is the thing I really like: is helpful content, listicles, facts generator. These are things that Google wants to see on their helpful content. Is that, are you giving the customer, when they're doing an informational search, are you proving that you're an expert and that you're giving them helpful content that they can use? So you have that single topic article, but you've got articles about, in the case of gardening, you got different helpful content about gardening tips. So the article may be about a greenhouse, but you may be talking about herb gardening or what grow lights to use. So that's going to help us with that. Listicle builders, everybody loves lists. So whether it's a standalone post or whether you put it at the bottom of your content from Zimmwriter. That's the goal. Is can we enhance the Zimmwriter with helpful content, with listicles? Can we add more facts on there? Matt did a good job with some of the facts on there, but can we do generalized facts about gardening in that very specific post about indoor greenhouse lights? Okay, so these are things that are amplifiers. Plus, it's going to go over to RSSmasher. We've been using Phrase to build helpful content and listicles, and we've been doing all the parsing. And I mean, it's a manual effort. My VA, he's very trained at listicle. He's probably built 500 listicles that we use in our MasherNet, and we're using in RSSmasher on our own tools. He's probably done just as many helpful content briefs. But until you start doing it, it could take you a few hours to do. We want it to be simplified. We want to use the power of the AI tools, bypassing Phrase, and give that ability to you. Okay. Now, here's the fun stuff. RSSmasher, guys. I know there's a lot of people on the call that are RSSmasher. How does it fit in? It is going to be API connected, and they're going to be like Siamese twins, I guess. But our goal is to be able to send an RSS feed from RSSmasher using AIMasher and rewrite the feed or rewrite the article using the images inside of the RSS feed. Okay, so we don't have the duplicate content issue with the images, and we're summarizing and rewriting the article, kind of like we did earlier with Zimmwriter, but we're doing it with RSS feeds. Okay, and we're going to put a content curation model with it also. So you can utilize the original article, but you write a 2 or 3 paragraph summary, and that makes it a content curation. It's not duplicate content anymore, but it is a curated article. So that's what our goal is with RSSmasher. That's the power feature, okay? You got to have RSSmasher to make it work. Also, you saw where you could assign it to an RSS campaign. When you do that, it automatically goes into RSSmasher and is available in the MASH tabs. Now, we're not going to go over that today because we don't even have that built yet. But
we do.
We do have it built. Yes, we do have it in a tab feature. Yeah.
Share my screen. Hi guys, this is the bit that some extra like little light bulbs will go off. Let me get AIMasher down here as well.
Okay. Can you make us? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Publisher, you've seen RSSmasher campaigns, and in here you create a campaign which allows you to group articles together for the sole purpose of moving them to RSSmasher. So you can see I've got some here called BAF Banking. BAF is a website that I've got called Banks and Finance, and I've got categories: banking, finance, crypto, mortgages, etc. So I've categorized. I've basically done a campaign for each category, because as you know, inside of RSSmasher, we create a mash and a schedule so that we can focus on articles about a specific category. And then down here, I've got, stands for hell of a read. I've got politics, featured, and that's a test one. And then we've got scandal, because there's always scandals in the news. So when you create them, so if I created a new one and I called it hell of a read dash sports, for example, and click update, you'll see that this one says no, linked to RSSmasher, says no. And we've got a checkbox on the side, push articles to RSSmasher. So as soon as you put a tick in these boxes, the system will look at all your articles, and if any of those articles have been tagged with an RSSmasher campaign, it will go, oh, okay, I've got to send that to RSSmasher, and it will push it over to your account, and they'll be sitting in RSSmasher. Now, I can't tick this one because it's not linked to RSSmasher. Now, in the usual place in RSSmasher, if you go to here, you can get an API key. I won't click it because it'll show my API key. But over in RSSmasher, integrations, some of you may have already spotted it because I switched it on yesterday. AIMasher API. If you click in there, it gives you a spot to drop the API in. You'll see that most of that box is hidden, so you won't be able to work it out. But here, all you do is you click Get Campaigns. So as soon as I click Get Campaigns, you'll notice that that sports one has now come over. So it's spoken to AIMasher and it's come over. So if I go back to AIMasher now and I refresh this page, you'll see here that the sports one, it's now linked, and I can tick that box if I want to send them over. But I recommend don't tick that yet, because it's a good idea to go into the article publisher, import all your articles, get them ready, and then you can select the ones that you want, and then you can go add to a campaign. When you've added them to a campaign and everything looks good, you can then go back and switch that campaign on, and it will send them all over. And then once you get good at it, you can leave it like that, and then you know that the final piece, like I did this one just before the call, and I got the latest article and it was rewritten. Now, some of the things I'm doing here, I'm doing manually at the moment, but AIMasher is going to be able to do them automatically. So I'm grabbing the latest news, which Damon says is going to come from an RSS feed from RSSmasher. It's going to pass it to AIMasher and it's going to rewrite it so that it's now SEO and much nicer and not duplicate. And then it'll send it back. But at the moment, I'm doing that manually. So I'm just running through the modules that we've got built to do that. And then I'm putting it into a Masher campaign. And then Masher sends it over to here. So if we go into external content, we've got AIMasher Articles. And these are the campaigns that are available. So if I go into the Elevate featured and I view the articles, you can see that they've been pushed over. So you can actually see them inside of RSSmasher. And then when they do get used, we update the link here as well so that you can see the final result. But once they're here, when you go into the mash, in fact, it's so easy. You can just clone a mash once you've got one. So if I clone that and go OK, and then I can click on edit, and I'll change this to sports. And because I know that the information's coming over that's clean, I don't have to strip anything out. I can just go with it. It's already in the right group. So I'll click update. So now I've got a UK sports mash, but you'll see we've got an extra tab, AIMasher. So you click in AIMasher, and then all the campaigns are listed here. So because I cloned this one, it's duplicated that. So I would delete that one, and I would drop in sports, and in it goes. And because we're in RSSmasher now, we've got the power of what it can do, and we can also use as money hook. So you could have this content if you wanted and drop it at the bottom. But I've not been doing that. I've been going straight to build, click build, have a look at it. If it looks okay, obviously you won't be able to see anything until the articles have been sent across. But obviously then we can do hooks, anchors, local, etc., and all the good things that you all know how to do in RSSmasher. And then, of course, when you do a schedule, you can drop at the bottom AI indexer, boost pages, Twitter, etc., Then once the mash are all set up, you can spend all your time in AIMasher going new article, send to RSSmasher, and that's it. Because then it will go into the mash and it will do everything. Or, of course, you can go straight down here and post them direct like we've been showing you today. So that's how we're linking the two. And the site that I've been working on, which you can see here, headofaread.co.uk. This is a Masher news board, but I've manually been using Midjourney to create the images so that we can get a feel for what it would be like when we can actually automate this. This one here, it's a shame for Philip Schofield. I don't think he's really done anything wrong, but he's in the news. And you'll see there I've done some clever Midjourney stuff there, made it look artisty. And then when you click into it, we've got the rewritten news article. It was based on an article that came out not that long ago. It's been completely rewritten with subheadings. And then we are converting it to speech, and we're dropping a module at the top.
In an unreservedly frank interview, the prominent television personality.
In an unreservedly frank interview, blah, blah, blah. This is all something that AIMasher is going to do for you automatically. And at the moment, I've got the modules separated and I'm doing it semi-manually. But obviously the images from Midjourney, we may or may never want to do them automatically. At the moment, there's no API anyway, so we can't. And obviously, you've got to take potluck on, like, if the API said, here's 4 images, we'd have to guess which one to pick. So it's a bit of a hit and miss, but we will be looking at it. But obviously, all the rest of this stuff can be done with images that you've sanctioned inside the media packs that we've shown you how to build in here. And they'll all have EXIF, etc., etc. So it's just so exciting. It's unbelievable. So that's how we integrate it into RSSmasher.
Wait, I'm going to take over the screen here, unless you got something else.
Yeah, no, back to you.
Oh, that's perfect. That's just very exciting to see where this is going, at least for us, because you just saw me build basically 3 websites. One was already built. I just added a complete new category, but I got two websites that I built from stuff I did early this morning. And so it's very exciting. So anyway, one of the things, helpful content listicle builders, you can push them now into the library in RSSmasher from within AIMasher, or we'll have that probably the next 4 to 6 weeks, okay? Anchor tagging, that's actually done inside of RSSmasher, okay? So what is a beta team? If you've never been on one, as we develop, we collect feedback from you. We ask you. Very easy. We'll have a webinar or 2 in there and show you the new features, let you play around, and we'll, we need feedback. It's hard for just 2 people to test a product that we intend on going public with, okay? You learn so much more as a beta versus waiting until it goes public, because we're showing you the thought process, the strategies involved with everything that we're doing, along with the tactics of actually using the software itself. AI strategies. This is where we start with the strategy. Why do we want to do it? How is it going to help us? Is it going to be easy to incorporate? And if you become a beta, you automatically get accepted as an affiliate partner with us as we go to public launch. We've got some partners that have made 3, 4, and I think there's one guy that's made 5 figures. In fact, y'all probably bought his tools too. So we pay out pretty well on our partnership. So, but as an affiliate, if you're in beta and you participate in the webinars and the feedback and all that, you know more about the product than any JVZoo partner that we'd bring in, or Pay Kickstart partner or anything. So it gives you a step up on how to sell it because you're personally using it, okay? And as beta, you get an agency license. It's a lifetime deal. Are there any other costs? No. Well, not with us. You'll have to have an OpenAI license. We hope to integrate in the near future with Peter Hathley's Authored Intelligence. I don't know how he's going to price his API, but it will give you a way to kind of rephrase articles and make a more human narrative in it. It will work on Zimmwriter as well as the content that we're producing. Midjourney, you might have to have an API in the future. You've got to have if you're going to do Zimmwriter, you got to have pay for Zimmwriter. That's probably one of the cheaper, good investments that you can make. Okay, highly recommend you get the Zimmwriter if you haven't used it already. Okay, how do you get it? We have redirected the link. It's AIMasher.com, and it's going to bring up a very simple sales page. That's going to look something like this. AIMasher beta team tells you all the tools. Here's what our main features. Here's how we're going to integrate it with RSSmasher. And you click the buy button. It's $997. However, today through till Monday, for early bird actors here, you could save $400. The coupon code, I just showed the coupon code, is AIMasher launch. Okay, so I'll type in, make sure it works, AIMasher launch. Got to spell it right. Okay, so it's going to be $597. Lifetime deal, you get the agency package. Okay, it's not just the bulk uploader. It is an AI writer. It is a helpful content maker. It is an RSSmasher integrator. Yeah, it is how we're going to be doing content publishing and content mashing. Okay, and then there's with beta, we have to caution you. We don't do any refunds on beta. You have to click here before you can buy. Okay, if you want a refund policy, what I would highly recommend, if this is a deal killer on a refund, wait until we go public. We're going to have monthly and annuals. We probably will never do a lifetime deal, or if we do, it's going to be $19.97 or $29.97 for lifetime deals. It doesn't pay for us to do lifetime deals. We can't support the software if we don't get paid. So that's why we have monthlies. That's why we have annuals. But we do need some betas. Now, we may end this deal at any time. We want to get 50 to 60 people that are going to be participating in the beta team to work with us, okay? I don't want 200 people. Wayne doesn't, we can't afford to have 200 people because one, it's good money right now, but that's 200 people that won't be paying monthly or some of y'all are going to be paying monthly or annual, and that's fine. You know, we'll have a standard license that will probably be less than $20. It may even be less than $15. And the standard will just be the bulk uploader, the media enhancer, and any rewriting that we do with authored intelligence. Okay. The agency is going to get everything. Pro is going to get everything. The agency is probably going to get unlimited. The pro and agency are going to be very similar, but the agency will have a lot more limits on things. Plus, we may, there's a course that I'm writing, actually a book I'm writing with it, that is how to buy expired domain names using our tools here, how to recreate them so that you're buying DAs that are 20, 30, 40, and these are your high premium backlinks. Guys, we're doing it right now with this tool and Spamzilla. So I'm on Spamzilla daily. I still buy off of NameSnagger, but I'm buying some, in fact, I'm buying some high domain authority that have thousands of backlinks already. Why are we doing it? Two reasons. Is we are using internal links off of these high domain authority sites for booster pages and for AI Indexer. So we're sharing the love with our members on AI Indexer and booster page. Over the course of the next 6 months, we'll probably have anywhere from 100 to 200 sites that have a DA over 30 with thousands of backlinks. We're doing it with Zimmwriter, AIMasher, and a little bidding against probably some of y'all may be bidding against me, but real easy. I'm going to teach a course on how to do it. Okay. If you get beta, you're going to be included in that course at no extra charge. Okay. It's an hour and 36 minutes that we've been going here. Wayne, let's answer some questions. Any questions or comments that kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, let me scroll back. Scott asked, what was the reason for having a remote server for Zimmwriter? And that was because, well, one, I've got a Mac and he doesn't have a Mac version. Actually, another reason why we build SaaS tools, so they work with everybody. But also our VA can get to it without us having to create another account for him. And effectively, that servers for him, really, because I very rarely go in, because the VA is so good at it now, we let him do it. But that's why we had a remote server for that.
I want to show you something here.
Yeah.
If I'm doing this workflow right here with a single keyword, going to Ahrefs, getting 10 SERPs, I've tied up Zimmwriter for an hour, maybe even longer. Okay. So I can't do anything else with Zimmwriter. I've got Zimmwriter working 24/7 for me right now on 2 different machines. We're cranking content. It's good content. And, we're using the 3.5 turbo version of it. So how are we getting ahead of everybody else? We're using Zimmwriter and AIMasher. And, and we're going to be incorporating it with RSSmasher. We got these tools functioning right now. And it's very exciting because, in addition to what you've seen right there is, well, what if you had, what if you got 20 sites? Well, you just multiply the effort, but the effort is not that hard to push that kind of content. So anyway, this is the workflow. I promised you at the end of the call, I was going to show you something else here, is I told you about my world famous copywriters. Okay, I'm going to bring this chat over. I kind of leaked it, but I have an AI PRM prompt, and it is called, it's not that. Oh, people are already seeing it. Okay. It's called 30 Catchy Titles from the Greatest Copywriters. Okay. Now, you need to put some keywords and some keywords. I showed you on the last call how to do this, but I'm going to start from scratch. GPT-4. Come over here, Magic Keyword Creator. And I'm going to start with this. The main topic here is, give me an indoor greenhouse setup. Okay. I noticed that word there, so I'm just going to go ahead and build upon that. So I'm using the magic keyword first. It's going to give me the main keyword, and then it's going to do some sub keywords off of it. I've got 10 of them. Okay. Now, very good. Come over here, copy. Got a new chat. Put it back on GPT-4. 30 catchy titles from the greatest copywriters. Now, who's in there? Well, I know I've got David Ogilvy, Dan Kennedy, Gary Halbert. I can't remember the other ones in there, but I'll show you who they are once I do this. So I'm going to choose that, 30 catchy titles from greatest copywriters. Paste it in. Start it. Now, David Ogilvy, he's sitting at his desk. He's typing away. He's going to town on it. He gave me 5 right there. Gary Halbert, The Art of Indoor Greenhouse Climate Control, Temperature, Humidity, and More. So that's going to be an article that we create with the bulk Zimmwriter's bulk blog writer. So Dan Kennedy, let's see if he can do any better. LED lights for indoor greenhouses. Great. Revolutionize your indoor garden. Eugene Schwartz. He's probably known as one of the best headline writers out there. Joe Sugarman, very good direct mail writer. And Robert Bly, I think he's the last one. Okay. Give me a thumbs up when you use this, okay? So we've got all these in here. Now, I can do one of two things. I can copy and delete all that, but I'm going to say, give me the list, remove the numbering. Now, this is probably not the right prompt engineering, but let's see what it does. Now, I could remove it all myself. I'm kind of lazy marketer here, so I'm going to just let Chat GPT do all this for me. It should give me about 30 of them. And meanwhile, show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to start the blog writer. Here it is. So I'm going to, as it's cooking there, I'm going to go ahead and set all this up. Boost chance. Oh, he took the disable conclusion. Yeah, we'll take that out. Enable mid-journey prompt. I can leave this in here, and I'm going to get some more mid-journey prompts, but since we're not using them yet, I don't need them for each H2. Okay. Enable T's, enable H3s, explore, auto style, and I want to use best of 2 with GPT-3. This is going to save you a lot of money because some of these articles, if you use GPT-4, could be $1 or $2 each. Okay. With this, it's going to be 10 cents at the most or 20 cents. Okay. So I've got my articles over here. I'm going to come up here, hit copy, come over here and paste them in there. Okay. And start the bulk writer. Okay. 30 articles. I want to proceed and say, okay. Okay. So now I'm going to have 30 articles about indoor gardening. What was it? Indoor greenhouse setup. Okay. So that's the focus of it. But I've got some really good titles in here. Let there be light, illuminating your indoor greenhouse the right way. The magic of hydroponics. So there's variety in there. But guys, I hope y'all can do 30 and keep up with us. That's why we got this AIMasher. Once they're done, they're going to go to the Zimmwriter output file folder. And I've already got some greenhouse media pack. I could actually make one about indoor greenhouse media pack. So make it very specific if I wanted to. But then I would upload these, enhance them on the upload, and then kick them over to the site. Between me and my VA working for us, we could do hundreds of these articles a day using Zimmwriter and AIMasher, creating a lot of content going out. Okay. Very excited about this entire process of how all this works. Let's see. Go back down here to. Okay. Any other questions we can answer? I know we've covered a lot of stuff. Somebody asked about what's the name of that AI PRM prompt?
Yeah, some of them can't find it.
Okay. Let me do this. Or find the right. I think it's here. Okay. I'm just going to give you the share. That's not it. Okay. 30 catchy. Okay. Here we go. Here's the link. I'm going to put it in the chat. Share it with everybody. There you go. So once you click on that link, it's going to look like this. And try this prompt on Chat GPT. You got to give me a thumbs up. Once I get 5 thumbs up, then I'm publicly viewable. Okay. So that may be why it's not publicly viewable right now. So I don't have 5 thumbs up yet. Okay. So y'all help me out with that if you don't mind. Okay.
There was a question about how did I do the audio part? Well, if you remember, that's going to be a feature inside of AIMasher. There's going to be an API, and we're going to automatically, if you switch it on, we'll automatically convert the article to audio and drop the media player in automatically inside of AIMasher. But you will need the API to the couple of tools that are good enough to do it.
Yep. Yeah, and we're going to make we'll render this out, have a recording, and it will be on our YouTube channel. And our YouTube channel, it will be in a playlist. So
for now as well, if you want to implement the Google search, the actual video for the training isn't there. But if you've done it before in RSSmasher, it's exactly the same. Those videos they'll sometime next week we'll get them converted and we'll drop the training in.
Yeah. So I dropped in the YouTube playlist. That's where it will go. Any other specific questions we might can answer here? Scott asked, we purchased today, but get everything when it becomes available on the public launch. Yes. It is what you get right now is what we actually have is, let's see.
Yeah, everything we've showed you today that works, you'll get straight away.
Yeah. If it works for us, it's going to work for you. There's most of them are using the access code kind of in the integrations in the WordPress integration. Let me just see.
Got three types in the integration for WordPress. REST, XML, RPC, and
yeah, when you set up your WordPress, you're just going to hit add, put in the name. This is probably the easiest one, and some sites will work. And if you've got, there's certain firewall programs that prevent this from working, but this is probably the easiest. Is go into the user and go down to application password, hit generate, put the word AIMasher, hit generate, and then you'll copy that application password right here, put your blog URL, and then give your username. So your username, not your email. And then you're set and ready to go. But that's the quickest way to do it. We'll do some training next week on how to do that. Let's see. Yeah, the EAT capability, that's why we're building in the blog amplifier. That's just our term. Do we have Charlie AI integration? No, we don't. I don't know if we'll experiment with it, definitely.
We've already got provisions in the system for you to drop your OpenAI API.
Yeah.
Because we're going to sprinkle magic buttons around the software that'll help do things on the fly. You know, like I don't like that title, so give me a new one, and it'll just give you a new one. And then it's going to use your Open API for that.
Is there a coffee cup with this deal? We will make available a coffee cup. You'll have to pay for shipping. We'll buy the coffee cup for you, but you'll have to just pay for shipping, which is probably anywhere from $10 to $15. I know if it's overseas to Pakistan, it's probably going to be, $89. But if it's to the US or UK or Australia, it's probably, $12 to ship it. But it's whenever we go public is when you have that availability to purchase. The same with AI Indexer. I've got a really neat design for AI Indexer, but because it's not public yet, I'm not going to release it yet. John asked, can you teach us how to set up a remote server? We're not going to teach that in the beta, but I think we did we do a Geek Out Friday a long time ago on remote servers?
Yeah, we use the light sale from Amazon because it's cheap.
It runs what, $10 a month?
It's very cheap. Yeah, don't get the very, very cheap one. Get the next one up.
Yeah, and it's just you're going to do the Windows server, and it looks just like your PC, and you're using a remote desktop connection. So all you'll need is the IP, a username, and a password.
You set Zimmwriter to do whatever you want then, and just forget about it and log off and let it do it.
Yeah, the features of the agency license, we don't have those set in stone, but it is the top license level is what you get with it. So whatever the best of the best, that's what you're going to get with the agency license. Which, if you've been with RSSmasher, some of these guys got this for $497. Now we're charging $3,000 for a lifetime agency license. So beta is really, I know some people get impatient, and I do too. I want all the features right now. And we just can't do that. I mean, it's just two of us. I mean, we got a coder working with Wayne, and we've got a VA working with me doing the writing and stuff like that. But it's going to be here sooner than you think. And the reason we didn't come out early on with an AI tool is we knew there was going to be some shakeups in the industry. Everybody and their mother has an AI tool. Nobody, very few people have thought about how do we get all this AI content into a site with images, rich text format, videos, everything else, and how do we check the grammar and all that? Well, that's the biggest problem right now. AI writing is fairly easy. The problem is getting it on so where people can see it. So hopefully y'all get the same idea with this. This is exciting because now all those files that are sitting in your Zimmwriter output file, you can do something with. Okay. Yeah, I'll jump back on the AIMasher tools here. Okay. I don't know why I have that twice in there, but I guess it was important. Okay, so what we're looking at AIMasher, there's really three tools: the article publisher, the content engine, and the blog amplifier. Blog amplifier is going to be your helpful content and your listicle and your facts. This is going to be keyword to auto posting. Think of Article Forge. This is the replacement for it. This right here is for Zimmwriter or Jasper or Phrase. You can individually bring in articles. In fact, let me show you how to do that. You're in here on Article Publisher. You got my articles. You can import it, or you can come down here and click Add. And then it's just merely copying the title, copying the content straight in there. In fact, I'll show you. If you want to see Surfer SEO AI. This is an AI content. I started with greenhouse gardening tips. So this is going to be my pillar post. Now I wrote it with AI while we were on the call, and I got a 60. If you'll notice, it's in between the marks here. 2,300 words, 31 headings, 57 paragraphs, 9 images. Now the images I have to replace. Okay, I know I have to replace it, so I'm going to take it over into AIMasher to do all the work. Now I can improve it, spend a little bit of time improving it if I wanted to. But here is the title. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to come over here to AIMasher, put the title in there. Come back over here to Surfer. And just going to copy all that. And come over here to AIMasher. And I'm assuming this is tuned up. So I would actually tune it up inside of Surfer, and I'd get probably up to the 80. But see, now I've got to replace all these images. So I'll just hit edit, and I can either delete it. In fact, I will delete all those. But this is the Surfer. So it's telling me where my images should go. And I will probably do these individually. So I'll spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours getting this right inside of Surfer. And I could actually insert the images right here if I wanted. This is the same editor. And it would keep the caption there. But I usually want it in this range here, like between 80 and 90. And I can do it by inserting terms, adding more paragraphs, adding more images in there. But it's pretty good. I mean, for me not touching anything, I had to review the outline, hit yes, accept, and this is a good topic. It pulled from the SERPS. It's got a short summary. I think it's even got frequently asked questions. Yep, frequently asked questions down below. So it's great. Okay. So once I'm in here, then it's the same. I would just hit update. Let's put it in a group so I know where it's going to go. Yeah, like gardening tips. Okay, and finish. So after the call, I'll come back and I'll add images to it, tweak the spellings and stuff like that. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the call. I hope you have learned something on the call, and you're getting to see how we are populating these sites so fast. And it's exciting to me because I'm spending some money on these expired domains that are really high authority sites. And I can go in with Ahrefs and with the Wayback Machine, and I can find the pages that are ranking and the title. And I will quickly go into Zimmwriter and with these titles, and I will, I'll have all the content I need within, a couple of hours. And then I use 301 redirects. And I'll show you all in this course I'm doing, but it's exciting to me because if we can pick up DAs that are 25 to 50, if you get these things working and you get traffic and you have inbound links from EDUs, from .govs, from wikis, and you're keeping those links live, that site is worth money. So you could flip the site, you can keep the site and use it for your own backlinks. Very, very exciting stuff about to happen. And it all starts with what I've showed you with today, okay? Brendan, I'll have Wayne reach out to you. I don't know why you're getting a server error on the email. Mike asked a question about NeuronWriter. Mike, I have NeuronWriter, but we've got the agency level of Surfer, and I'm just so used to using Surfer, and it gives me great results. So I keep with the tools that I'm most familiar with. NeuronWriter, I know will do clusters. I just have found that the writing part of it is not up to the standard that Zimmwriter or Phrase or even GoCharlie would do. Somebody asked about ScaleNut. Yeah, I still use ScaleNut to write, and ScaleNut does a pretty decent job on pillar post. It's not the same as what Surfer will do, but it's close. I know all of them are working towards having something ready to publish as soon as you add a keyword. That's the holy grail of it. Okay, Wayne, anything else that I may have missed?
No, I don't think so. I was just answering Brandon there.
Okay.
Oh, Scott says if we have a VI and they have access to use our access, just give them your username and password if you trust them. That's the easiest. I've also put both of those AI PRM prompts in that Damon wrote.
Yep.
In the chat.
So if you ever see my desktop, I have chat open, I've got Surfer open, I've got Canva usually open, and I'm bidding on something on GoDaddy or Namecheap. So those are open. I got Zimmwriter open, and I got AIMasher and RSSmasher open. So I jump between all these, writing content, building workflows. We also use Trello to help with our VA team, our VA and our coder. So if somebody asked what tools we're using, yeah, that's it. Guys, thank you very, very much for being on the call today. I hope to see y'all on the beta team. We will limit it to, I think, 50, may go up to 60. And I know we've got probably at least, we got some people signed up today. So it's very encouraging. I hope y'all see the future that we see is getting that content onto your site as fast as possible is better than not having it at all. It's sitting in your output folder and you're waiting for it to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, but you got to be fast and consistent. Fred asked, AIPRM prompt box. AIPRM has added a library. I just don't necessarily trust. I'm sorry, let me rephrase it. AIPRM has a public library of prompts. It also has its own prompts. I pay, I think, $20 a month for AIPRM. I like it because I can give people prompts and they work inside of chat. Prompt box, you have to start in prompt box to start the chat. It doesn't start inside of Chat GPT. It's good. Prompt box is good, but the AI prompt ACE, I use that to write emails and to pull mid-journey prompts. That's a pretty decent one. But AIPRM is probably the tool I use the most inside chat. Okay. Guys, we're going to end the call today, and please, by Monday, share this with people. Share the YouTube video, because we are going to end that $400 off coupon, and then it's going to go to $997 after that. And I know we'll sell out probably in the next 2 weeks. So thank you for being on the call, and we will talk to y'all soon if you joined our beta team. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.